Let's bring in BofA Securities' Jeff Meacham to explain. Jeff, great to have you with us. I mean, it seems like an oral, it seems like a pill would be really the holy grail. I mean, it's effective and it's really easy to take, really easy to comply with.
That's right, Melissa, and thanks for having me, by the way. So yeah, if you look at the data for Lilly's drug, the weight loss looks pretty impressive. There's still more work to do in phase 3, so that's coming up. And I would say Novo's drug Rybelsus looked good enough, I think, but their profile could, I think, be a little bit more improved when you look at tolerability.
Is it lower cost to manufacture the pill, do you think, and will consumers actually benefit or no?
It's a good question. I would view the orals. We've done a lot of expert work here. The orals, I think, will be definitely viewed as a drug for the masses, so to speak. But for patients that need a lot more efficacy, like Mounjaro, like Wegovy, and like Triple G, there are other drugs out there that could be used in higher BMI patients. But for sure, though, orals, I think, would be higher margin, maybe easier to manufacture.
It's Karen. Thanks for being on. So how do you think about the size of this market and where we are in that? How close? What is peak? What do you think peak is?
Karen, we're on record saying that these drugs that Mounjaro itself could be close to $100 billion of an opportunity, not just talking about, diabetes and obesity, but including all the studies that Lilly is working on. So sleep apnea, prediabetes, chronic kidney disease, liver disease, et cetera. But officially, though, our numbers are a little bit higher than consensus at the end of the decade in just obesity and diabetes, and that's about 40. So that's not a trivial number.
Jeff, I'm curious what your thoughts are in terms of, how people will be staying on these drugs. We've heard so many stories about people going on Ozempic and then needing to stay on and having weight rebounds. Do you think that's the case? And is that how they're building out their models?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's different type of strategy for this. So for sure, some of the drugs that are more efficacious, 20–25%, unlikely that patients are on for, years and years. My guess is that, say 6 to 12 months on that, then they'll go off, take some sort of drug holiday, and eventually come back because the vast majority of patients actually gain the weight back. But an oral, though, could have a little bit more continuity. But an oral is less effective, so 10 to 15% versus, say, 25 plus. But my guess here is that a lot of it will depend on how accessible the drugs are from payers and insurance companies, et cetera.
You're clearly a little bit more optimistic than your counterparts on Wall Street when it comes to specifically Mounjaro. And I'm just wondering, Jeff, if you're starting to think about the sort of ancillary impacts. I mean, if all these people are losing weight and reducing their risk for other sort of, heart disease, high blood pressure, et cetera, what that does to other pipelines.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. If you look at the benefits of these obesity drugs, the savings to the healthcare system could really be really pronounced, but we have to have broad access to them. So my guess is that we'll need, cardiovascular outcomes data that further support the profile. We'll need maybe some pharmacoeconomic analyses. But in general, though, I would say in the near term, the costs will be driven by the drug. The economic benefits will be driven, in the outer years. But for sure, though, it's not just about weight. These drugs could also lower lipids. They lower, blood sugar, obviously. They lower blood pressure. So it's more than just the weight loss. That's the headline.
Economic benefits to the insurers, economic benefits to consumers. That spells to me pain for some of the pharma companies. And I'm wondering, a lot of these drugs are probably off patent already, so they're not big money makers necessarily. But should we start thinking about that?
Mounjaro from Lilly is just approved last year in type 2 diabetes and have some off-label use in obesity and could be formally approved in obesity this fall. But the IP goes out, quite a while. It's not until the 2030, 2031 that the Inflation Reduction Act discounts start to play out there, though. So these are early cycle drugs, to be honest. Obesity's been, a holy grail type of market with many failures. And just in the past 2 years, have we seen some real step up in terms of innovation and efficacy.
So you don't think there's any impact on other drug pipelines like cholesterol drugs, heart drugs, et cetera, until
a lot of those are
it's
generic,
widespread
yeah.
adoption? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You could have an indirect effect, though, on other, parts of the say the diabetes continuum. So, the insulin market and a lot of the ancillary sort of products and services with that, sleep apnea, CPAP machines, things of that nature. If we get 20% plus weight loss across the board for a lot of these drugs, you'll see volumes decline for other let's say lower tech kind of categories in diabetes.